No, the first thing he did was apologize.
Me too.
With everything else, I just.
Yep.
A lot. I know. It's awesome. All right, here we go. No, you're right. Welcome, everyone. The City Council of the City of Gun Barrel City will meet in a regular meeting in City Hall Council Chambers located at 1716 West Main Street, Gun Barrel City, Texas, on Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025 at 6:30 p.m. I will now ask everyone to please rise for the invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this night, these citizens, these board members, and all of our city employees and first responders. Give us wisdom, patience, and clarity as we go about our city's business. In your boundless love, grant us the grace to see beyond our differences. Help us to understand those we struggle to embrace and fill our hearts with compassion. May we please find common ground and learn from one another, reflecting your light in our interactions. Teach us to love as you love, even with those we find differences and difficulty with. In Jesus' name we always pray. Amen. Amen. The pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. May be seated. I will now establish a quorum. Roll call from my left, please.
Burns here.
Jacobs here.
Edwards here.
We have a quorum. Pursuant to Texas Government Code, Section 551007, members of the public may speak on any topic. Comments are limited to 3 minutes, and no action may be taken by the council. Any response from a member of the City Council to non-agenda comments is limited to a statement of specific factual information, a recitation of existing policy, or direction to staff for follow-up. We have citizens' comments. Our first one is Mr. Keith Bond.
Hello, my name is Keith Bond. I live at 262 Overlook Trail, Gun Barrel City, Texas, in the wonderful Tamarack subdivision. I'm here tonight because I've got a question for the two council members that are absent. First off, Jay, prayers to the health of your mother. We hope everything goes well. We wish everything to be good. My question to the two that are not here is, why are you holding the city budget hostage over 1.25% of the total budget? That's 1.25%. That's nothing. I'd like an explanation. I don't know what else to ask on that part. And also, I want to talk about the actions of council members that have been elected by the citizens. We elected these city council members to represent us, to be our voice. That means showing up at meetings. That means staying at meetings, not getting up in the middle of a meeting or a workshop and saying, I've got someplace to be. We have members that have jobs that take the time from their job to show up and be at these meetings, not to get up and leave because they have to go someplace else. We, the citizens, need to hold these council members accountable. Go to the city website, look for their numbers. They have government phones or city phones. They have city email. Flood them. Let them know that they represent you. my elected officials that I've talked to listen to me. We don't always agree, but they listen to me. I've got one that won't listen to me. So with that, all I can say is 1.25% of a $5 million, almost $6 million budget is not even a drop in a bucket. Let's get the city employees the raise that they deserve. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, Benjamin, I hope I don't mess your name. Is it Lesser? Letter? Benjamin Letter, please.
Yeah, my name's Benjamin Letter, and I live in Trinidad, but I'm a local business owner. I've been the president of a company called House of Paws since 2007, and I'm also on my third term for the County Executive Committee for the Republican Party. A few years back, Bodie Hillhouse presented a problem to our committee that he was having. Essentially, people were getting hired on there, officers, deputies, and they'd work a couple of years, and then they'd leave to go work at a higher paying department. Now, this isn't a problem with, the sheriff's department. This problem is systemic with rural departments in general. And, it's due to a lack of competitive pay. And if you want to attract and retain quality officers, you need competitive pay, or else they're going to leave. And it takes time to develop a quality officer. There's a lot of ongoing training that's involved in being good at this job if you want to continue to apprehend suspects, conduct criminal investigations, all without violating the rights of our citizens. That requires ongoing training too, which should be in the budget. Another factor is making sure that they have the equipment that they need to do their job effectively. So I'm pretty sure that this council's capable of figuring this out, and I certainly hope that you guys do. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up to speak, Marty Mullins.
My name is Marty Mullins. I live at 240 Loon Bay Drive in Gun Barrel. I'm here because I'm, like others, concerned about our council not doing their job and not passing this budget. I want to commend the staff and department heads, police department, everything for going through the budget. Our budget this upcoming year is less than last year. And they put the raises in there. And so what everybody has said is true. We've got a really good set of employees here in this city, and we need to keep them. Things have changed. I've been here since '99. I've seen this place change. I've seen it change a lot. And up in the last 3 or 4 years, I've seen it change considerably for the better. We've got a good chief. She's got a good staff. We've got a good city manager. We've got a good council, for the most part. But we just got to get everybody to do their job. And so I'm kind of concerned about the 2 council people who did not come. I'm kind of want to know why also. So anyway, that's all I got.
Thank you. Next up to speak, Mr. Roy Key.
I'm Roy Key. I'm a citizen of the city of Gun Barrel, and I live at 312 Canoe Court. I'm here to speak on 2 different things tonight, so I'll come back when it comes time for the EDC portion. But as it stands right now, I want to speak about looking at our city staff and saying thank you. Thank you for what you've done, city staff. Thank you for what you've done, city council. I remind you, you stepped into this job as a fiduciary. You put your own personal interest behind you whenever you said, I will do this job. And you're doing a great job, and I thank you for that. Until we got to this point now where we're ascending what our job is to be, I encourage you to do your job based on your current convictions and what your people say, the people that you represent, what you bring to you. They brought you in here. They want you here. We want you here. I want you here. And I want you to do exactly standing on your conviction. I want you to just stand on your job. Stand on what you know is right. Don't let anyone come to you and say, let's compromise. When the compromise is not right. When it's wrong, it's wrong. In Matthew chapter 28, many years ago, there was a group of people in power that went forth and paid some soldiers who were watching standing guard one night whenever there was a man placed in a grave, saying that we're going to keep him from not leaving that grave, and we heard that people are going to come steal him out of that grave, and you're going to be here to keep him from being there. Well, he got up, he got out of the grave, and the next morning they went and reported to Caiaphas. And Caiaphas said, we're going to pay you money. I'm going to give you some money, and I want you to take this money, and I want you to say, his people came in the middle of the night while we were asleep and took his body. But that's not what happened. Read it yourself. It's there. They took his body. But I'm going to tell you what, today, 2,026 years later, there's still a group of people that are in that same line. More is done by lies and deceit than can be done by being out in the open a long time. People listen. People listen to what's going to be selling the news. Do your job. Thank you, police department. Thank you, fire department. Thank you, city inspector, street department. We appreciate you, and we thank you so much. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, Mr. Zach Jacobs, please.
I don't know how you follow that up, but I'm going to try. I'm Zach from 155 Robin Hood Way. I've lived here since 2019, and for the last 4 years, I've been a master electrician. For the last 12, I've been an electrician. My first experience with GBC was truly bleak. One person at the front counter, difficulties with proper paperwork, cardboard maps, if you can believe it, no responses for callbacks, ultimately just a dated city hall building that I paid no mind. But I remember there was a small handfuls of officers as well, and bleak vehicles. Now, a few years later, the city employees are communicative, punctual, intelligent, and deserve a raise. The presence of the officers have increased dramatically, and there are less, not all, less crazy people on the roads these days, and less of them are getting away with it. Those officers also deserve a raise. There are several people in this city hall that whether it's lunch or not, I can show up and they will help me with whatever obstacle I have to jump over because I have a difficult client. Thank you, Lauren. Thank you, every City Hall employee that has helped Wizard Electric get through these. And you all deserve a raise. If you disagree, look inward at who you are as a human being. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, Daryl Bowe.
Good evening. My name is Daryl Bowe. Run a little store down the road at 1200 West Main called Walmart. I'm here to discuss some of the needs that the city needs to address. I've wrote little thing. I'll read it first, then I'll speak a little more after that. So good evening. Thank you for allowing me to speak. Tonight I want to share a few thoughts about the police department and the leadership of Chief Stevens. Chief Stevens is a knowledgeable, experienced, disciplined leader. If you've never talked to him, you need to sit down and talk to him. Very intelligent man, probably one of the most intelligent men I've ever met. And also, this isn't a thing about friendship because he and I don't always see eye to eye, but we find a way through what we need to do. He's honest, takes pride in his tone, and deeply values the men and women who he serves alongside. Over the years, I have lived and worked in several cities, and I can say with confidence that our police force and our other emergency responders have grown into one of the finest I've seen. These officers are not only highly dedicated in protecting our community, but they also care about the people who live and work here. At our store, for example, their presence and support have had a tremendous impact, giving both employees and customers a sense of safety and trust. Now, part of this safety and trust, they get paid for by the city and through their paycheck. But over the last few months, we've dedicated funds, unbudgeted funds, to have them in our facility anywhere from 40 to 30 hours a week at a cost of over $55 an hour, because everyone in the world in the private sector understands that law enforcement and emergency responders are worth more than what they're paid right now, and they can make anywhere from $50 to $175 an hour elsewhere. But they choose to protect us here in this town. Unfortunately, we have seen too many of these officers leave recently for better financial and growth opportunities. This is disappointing because I know for more than 20 years in the community that we have invested in our leadership and employees, and they have thrived. I believe we can get back to the stronger place, but it required us to take care of the people who take care of us, which is all of the city employees, including the city council. Everyone knows y'all don't make a dime for being up here. You're elected officials, and you do it out of your care and concern. I ask you keep this in mind with the value and importance of the retaining our officers and the supporting staff of the city leadership that has made our department such a source of pride. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Our next speaker, Cindy Key, please.
Hello, I'm Cindy Key, 312 Canoe Court, Gun Barrel City. I support restoring the 3 to 4% wage increase for the employees that is not in the budget being presented tonight. I know I'm preaching to the choir. I know that the people who need to hear what all of us have had to say had something more important to do. And I truly hope that Jay's mom is okay and that both missing council members have a legitimate reason for not being here to vote. We need to be sure that our employees' wages at least keep pace with the rising costs. As a former council member, I'm aware of how difficult it is to make a choice you know is right, especially when very few vocal citizens, we can count them on one hand, are attacking your character, integrity, and commitment to Gun Barrel. One of the things that citizens have elected you to do is to make those hard choices, restore the raises. One of the things that this budget, on a slightly different subject, but still the budget, one of the things the budget has been criticized about are the expenses for the community center. We didn't have a community center before. It's taken, I believe, about 20 years, bouncing it around, to get it finally built. It's built, it's scheduled to open. Of course there are expenses in that. The ARPA covered the building, but certainly not the employees and the day-to-day expenses. So we finally have a community center to staff, and how that fit into the budget, I don't know what else was cut, but it can't be raises. Thank you all very much. and I appreciate your service.
Thank you. Next up, consent agenda. 6A, all matters listed under consent agenda are considered to be routine by the City Council and will be enacted by one motion. There will not be separate discussion of these items. If discussion is desired, that item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately. Consider approving the following reports: August 7th, August 19th, and August 26th, 2025, special meeting minutes, August 26th, 2025, regular meeting minutes, and EDC May, June, and July financials. Do I have a motion?
I move that we approve the consent agenda as is.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I second the motion.
I have a motion and a second. No further discussion. Vote for my left, please.
Burns, yes.
Jacobs, yes.
Edwards, yes.
Consent agenda passes. 7A, a proclamation for National Night Out on October the 7th, 2025. I will read into the record, whereas the National Association of Town Watch sponsors a national community building campaign known as National Night Out, observed on Tuesday, August 5th, 2025, with the state of Texas and select areas including Gun Barrel City, celebrated on Tuesday, October 7th, 2025. Whereas the National Night Out campaign provides an opportunity for residents of Gun Barrel City to join over 38 million neighbors across 17,000 communities in all 50 states, U.S. territories, and military bases worldwide. And whereas National Night Out is an annual community building campaign that promotes strong police community partnerships and neighborhood camaraderie to make our neighborhoods safer, more caring places to live and work. And whereas the residents of Gun Barrel City assist the Gun Barrel City Police Department and other public safety partners through collaborative community building efforts and active participation in National Night Out 2025. And whereas it is essential that all residents of Gun Barrel City come together with law enforcement and first responders to strengthen relationships, build trust, and promote a sense of unity throughout our city. Now, therefore, we, the Mayor and City Council of Gun Barrel City, Texas, do hereby call upon all residents to join the Gun Barrel City Police Department and the National Association of Town Watch in support of the National Night Out on Tuesday, October 7th, 2025. Further, let it be resolved that we do hereby proclaim Tuesday, October the 7th, 2025 as National Night Out in Gun Barrel City, Texas. Our sponsor on this will be our City Manager, Dr. Smith.
Mayor, I believe you have a proclamation. We have many of our public safety here. If y'all, council, would like to go in front of the dais and take a picture with them. We do have an event that evening. It's going to be at the Pavilion. I know that information is out on our webpage and on our Facebook page. It is Tuesday, October the 7th from, Brooke, I need some hand signals. 4 to 7. I believe that was right, but I wanted to make sure. From 4 to 7, we'll have some community partners there. We'll have our fire department. We'll have our police department. We'll have activities. What you have seen behind me are pictures from that night last year. Was a whole lot of fun. So we'll have bounce houses for the kids. And instead of having vendors that are selling stuff this year, one of the things our community engagement coordinator has really been working on is community services. So what different community services are there throughout the community? So if y'all would like to go take a picture with our first responders, that would be awesome. Yeah.
Willowwood?
Yeah. Y'all might have to scooch.
Moving on, 7B, a presentation of quarterly department reports, including fire, streets, and park maintenance. Our sponsor on this will be our city manager, Dr. Smith.
Yeah, so these are our quarterly reports. It looks like the street and park department is up first. Mike Howell, our street superintendent, is here to do that presentation.
Okay. How are y'all this evening, council, citizens? I'm Michael Howell. I'm the superintendent over streets in the park. I just want to give a kind of a quick wraparound of the last quarter that we had. In our equipment repair in our street department, we've been doing preventive maintenance on trucks since our budget has been kind of there for us. We've been doing a lot of preventive maintenance and repairing things ourselves. As far as our asphalt street repair, we've done about 1.5 miles of asphalt street repair. In our ditch maintenance in some of the neighborhoods we've been doing about 1,180 linear feet of ditch work in certain areas. We haven't filled quite as many potholes as we did the last quarter. This quarter, we filled about 1,813 potholes. So we're kind of making our rounds and getting back in the groove and everything with the June and July. Our sign maintenance, we've replaced about 19 signs that have been damaged in the citywide. And then, of course, we had some storms in June and July that were pretty damaging. So we spent about 310 man-hours cutting trees that had fell and getting debris off the road and things like that. And thanks to our fire department, they helped us out a lot. So I really appreciate that. As far as the community center is moving along. I think the projected finish that they had was to be the 22nd of October. That may vary a few days or a week or so. We'll know more about that after we have our construction meeting on the Thursday. And then in our special projects, July Fest, we had a nice July Fest. We had about 235 man-hours of setting up and breaking down the July Fest festival. And I want to say thank you to my street department. I have 9 people in my street department, along with 4 in the park department, that really put in a lot of time and effort to get that thing going for us. And I appreciate all the help from all the citizens and the residents and the special groups that we have also. So, and I appreciate City Hall. All these administration had really helped us out a lot also. So as I move on, you can see some pictures here that I have. We've had the flower beds redone in the front of City Hall, okay? That's one little area over there. Also, we've been replacing the flood culverts that are on Harbor Point Road down at the bottom where it floods all the time by the Willowwood subdivision. We went to a larger culverts to help move more water and get it off of the roads down there. As you can see, there's a picture of the City Hall. We had the sign installed up on the community center, I'm sorry. The new sign that's put up, it'll be backlit just like this one out here you see on City Hall. So it's gonna look real nice and attractive once everything's fired up. You can see the pictures of the inside of the gymnasium there that they've been working on. It's a lot more advanced than that now, so be looking forward to it. Some more pictures and some more promotions from our media, Lady Brooke, on some up-to-date pictures on there. Also threw in a couple of July Fest photos here that we have of the kids and some of the people that were here. And I'll move on to my park department. My park department, they do their normal job. I have 2 full-time and 2 part-time guys, and these guys are really taking care of the park grounds and the 20 amenities that we have around here. They do daily trash pickup, clean the restrooms, and repair amenities when needed. They also take care of mowing City Hall, EMS, the police department, dog kennels, and the island on 198 also. So they stay quite busy, and then the street department falls back in and tries to help them whenever we are able to help them. The pickleball courts, of course, have been, if you have some pictures there, Oh, yeah. The ball fields, the pickleball courts have been restriped. As a matter of fact, that we had a lot of players that were playing pickleball, and I think that they're still showing up and playing pickleball. And while we're at it, we are preparing to put screening around the tennis court and some shade areas for the dog park, to the small dogs and the larger dogs. And the ball fields are looking great. They've been playing ball on them. Everybody's enjoying it. I know that we've had, a few hundred people show up for the ball games and things like that. So that's really starting to move forward with us. We're having a fall league, I believe, this year. So be looking forward to it, and come by and visit these ball games and things like that, because these people have a good time, and we have a great concession stand also down there. So if you would, drop by and watch some of these ball games. I think a lot of city administration here at City Hall on some of the teams around here. So these girls can tell you how much fun they have and how the people are enjoying the park area on the weekends. Also, just to throw it out there, do not forget, October the 4th, we're going to clean our city up. So we're having our trash off on October the 4th. So you'll remind everyone to load your trailers and bring them up to us, because we'll be ready for you, and we'll help get this city cleaned up. Okay? Any questions?
Questions for staff?
Mike did mention the new tennis court screens, the dog park screens, and that is a project that our Parks Board took on this year.
Yes.
So as you all know, our Parks Board has a budget of about $10,000 a year. They've done a number of different things, and they will be in front of you doing their report probably in October, November, but that is one of the projects that they did. So one of the things people asked for from pickleball was windscreens. So Parks Board used some of their funding to buy the wind screens for both the tennis courts and the dog park dugouts, the benches and the dugouts, just to provide a little shade. The tennis court as much for wind as anything else, but for the dog park for the shade. They also bought a bench and are paying for the first year of the Perry Weather Station, which will be tomorrow, which is a weather station that will be placed on the top of our fire station with Mr. McBride's help and some electrical help, I think, and we will put it there, and it will provide an actual dashboard of real-time weather, and we have 24-hour access to a meteorologist, but those were funded through your Parks Board budget, activity budget.
And we really appreciate the Park Board, too, for what they're doing.
Mike, can you also tell me or tell the community what streets you're currently working on, and what are some of the other streets that are coming up?
Yes, we had some couple of real bad streets in Loon Bay subdivision. It's been there for years, and there's a lot of homes being built on them. And as a matter of fact, I think we passed out 52 letters on 2 streets over here for homes. So the subdivisions are really growing. And so what we did was we chose the 2 worst streets in Loon Bay, and we've reconstructed those, and we're waiting to get those paved, okay? We're planning on starting the paving October the 6th, the second week in October. We're going to have those paved. Also, we had a couple of real bad streets over in Tamarack subdivision, Valley View and Tamarack Drive over there. There's a lot of traffic in and out of that neighborhood also as Tamarack is growing. So we're in the process of reconstructing those 2 streets over there, and we'll pave those at the same time we pave the Loon Bay subdivision.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate all you do.
Thank you.
Next up will be our fire department quarterly update. Colby.
How's everybody doing tonight? So on our first slide, we're going to have our June through August 25. Rescue medical service incidents was our most frequent type incident. totaling at 123 cases, followed by good intent calls. The data also shows the charge for the breakdown for the rest of the month by each of the months for June through August. This second slide. This one chart here just shows the last year's compared to this year, the difference from each month. Notably, false alarms and fire, rescue, emergency medical calls is the most common that we're going to run. And it averages pretty much every year the same way. Next one. The next one is our daily calls. This one breaks down when our calls come in, which days of the week. January this year, we broke it down, give it a kind of a better view through August. And it'll show that Wednesday is going to be our most busy day. Followed by Monday, Sunday, Friday, and Thursday. You can kind of see the trend where it breaks down. Next slide. And this is the hour of the days that our calls come in. Around 6 in the morning when everybody starts getting ready to go to work, you'll notice our calls start climbing up. Through the middle of the day, around lunchtime, 2 o'clock, is really our peak of the time that we're going to have our calls. And it just kind of trends down until everybody goes to bed around 10 o'clock at night before it evens back out on our low end. Next. This is going to be our training that we did last Monday. We took a few slideshows here. The fire department conducted specialized training to focus on operation of the ladder truck. Personnel practice maneuvering by attaching a cone with a rope to the end of the ladder, carefully placing the cone over the end of another cone at various locations. We had some on the ground, some stacked on top of the buildings in different areas. And what this did is it helped the personnel learn how to maneuver the truck smoothly because the cone on the rope is going to sway. Well, when you're on the end of the ladder, if they move it too fast, the ladder starts jerking. So it prevents you from jerking the ladder around, throwing people off of it. And then it also helps with our depth perception. If you've never run anything like that, where you're out 75 feet at different elevations and you're stacking a cone on it to another one, you'll really notice the depth perception, how far you'll be off. So it helps you start understanding and judging where you need to place your cone at. And what it does in an incident, it makes it to where when our personnel is lowering their ladder down to a building, the ladder to roof, they don't slam into it. They have a better understanding of how far the ladder is from it, just prevent damage from the ladder or hurting personnel. And is there any questions on it?
Questions for staff?
Y'all have a good night.
Thank you, Colby, for all you do. Seven C, consider and take action to approve a contract with the Humane Society of Cedar Creek Lake for animal shelter services. Our sponsor on this agenda item will be our city manager, Dr. Smith.
Mayor and council, this agreement is in line with the agreement that was passed the last 2 years. HSCCL will continue to accept animals from the city and provide humane treatment for those animals. It is a contract for 10 dogs a month at a rate of $4,166 a month. They will continue to receive additional dogs above and beyond that 10. They have asked that we call them when that's going to happen. Those dogs are 416. And that 10 dogs per month is averaged over a 3-month period. So we have some months we're super busy. We have some months that are a little slower. So they kind of work with us to average that. Lynette is here from HSCCL if you have any questions for her.
Questions, staff? If none, then I will ask for a motion.
I move that we approve the contract with the Humane Society of Cedar Creek Lake for animal shelter services.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Jacobs, second.
I have a motion and a second. No further discussion. I'll take a vote from my left, please.
Burns, yes.
Jacobs, yes.
Edwards, yes.
Motion passes. 7D, Consider and take action to name an official newspaper for the 2025-2026 fiscal year. Our sponsor on this will be our City Secretary, Janet Dillard.
Thank you, Mayor. So Section 11.02 of the Charter calls out that the council shall declare annually an official newspaper. This declared paper is used to publish ordinances, notices, and other requirements by law. Provided in your packet were responses from both the Athens Daily Review and the Monitor. And both papers are circulated throughout the city. Staff has a great working relationship with both of them, so there's no recommendation over the other from staff. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Our current paper, Janet, is the current official newspaper.
The Monitors are current. They have been our current since 2018.
And they will need to name a paper in their motion, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Questions for staff? If none, do I have a motion?
I move that we take action to name the Monitor as the official newspaper for the 2025-2026 fiscal year.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I second it. Edwards, second.
I have a motion and a second. If no further questions or discussion, I'll take a vote from my right, please.
Edwards, yes.
Jacobs, yes.
Burns, yes.
Motion passes. 7E, consider and take action to spend up to $5,000 from the Hotel Motel Fund for the Gun Barrel City Quilters Guild Annual Quilt Show. I will tell you that this has been an annual event. I know since I've been a part of this. It's an incredible event. They do a lot of great work. It's an eye-opener at the artistry and some of the quilts that you see. It's kind of awe-inspiring to see. They're wonderful people. It's a great event. It's at the event center right over here, and I think they've probably outgrown that, so maybe we'll be able to provide our new community center, but they do an incredible job, and it's really an annual event and a real staple for Gun Barrel City, so I'm always happy to help in any way I can and be a part of that. Would someone like to speak on behalf of the quilt?
Mayor and council members, I'm Melinda Adams. I'm the current show committee chair for the Gun Barrel Quilters Guild. We are very honored to be here today and show our appreciation for your years of continued support. Our show promotes an interest in the time-honored art of quilting and provides a venue for artisans to display their works. Your support allows us to provide the show with free admission so that all persons in the community may enjoy the quilting arts. We have over 600 people attend the show each year that contributes to the gun barrel economy. And our raffle quilt proceeds, half of those proceeds go back to the communities surrounding the lake, including the Gun Barrel Fire Department. Our show theme next year to celebrate America's 250th birthday is God Bless America, and the date will be May 1st and 2nd. And we would like to thank you again for your continued support, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of you come to the quilt show. Thank you.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
I motion to consider and take action to spend up to $5,000 for the Hotel Motel Fund for the Gun Barrel City Quilters Guild and Annual Quilt Show.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Jacobs, second.
I have a motion and a second. If no further discussion, I'll take a vote from my left, please.
Burns, yes.
Jacobs, yes.
Edwards, yes.
Motion passes. 7F, consider and take action to spend up to $2,435 from the Hotel Motel Fund for the Pink Fishing Reeling in the Cure Bass Tournament. Our sponsor on this will be our city manager, Dr. Smith.
So, Councilor Mayor, you will see on the slide we put up the hotel motel occupancy tax rules. This was on both of them. They must meet number one and one of the 9 qualifying. And so for the quilt show, that is the arts. For the pink fishing tournament, that is funding certain expenses, including promotional expenses directly related to a sporting event. Next slide, please, Janet. I know that Misty has a presentation on this event, just a little bit of information for you. This is the requests that the EDC funded at their last meeting, and later on tonight you will see the EDC funded a $4,000 sponsorship advertising package for pink fishing. These are the things that were included in that package that they provided the funding for. And that is, again, later on, I just wanted you to have it here as we were talking about it. Next slide, please, Janet. There is a small error on this budget, and I think Misty fixed it on her presentation, but the total budget for the event is $14,710. You can see there the difference in what Gun Barrel City will be contributing dollars to and what pink fishing is. This does not include the EDC sponsorship package, but this pink fishing, and Misty has asked for $2,435 from hotel motel tax. And the final slide before Misty gives her presentation, next slide please, is the economic impact study. So as you know, one of the things we've started asking these folks to do is really show us how many people are you bringing, what is the return on the investment. That's something Texas Bass Nation did for their 2 tournaments. And so Misty put this together for us. And this really shows you that economic impact study, and I believe Misty explains that a little better in her presentation, so I'll turn it over to her to come up and do her presentation. And then council can ask any questions they have.
Good evening. I'm Misty Schmidt. I'm the event director for the 6th annual Reeling in the Cure. Pink Fishing is a nonprofit organization that supports those in active treatment for breast cancer, if you're not familiar with pink fishing. I started this in 2020, and last year was the first year that I brought it to Gun Barrel City, and I liked the direction that it went, the community support, and the most important was the funds raised to help those in need. The purpose of this tournament, could just go back, sorry. The purpose of the tournament, like I said, supports those in active treatment for breast cancer. Now, Pink Fishing provides comfort packages. So comfort packages you see include gift card for food, fuel necessities. The dollar amount is individualized depending on immediate needs, but the minimum is $100. It could be more. Blankets, socks, skincare items, journal and inspirational materials, personal message from a survivor. We have our survivors and the team create personal messages that go to these to really support them. Kate, you didn't know you were going to be a part of this presentation, did you? So these are photos from last year. Now, this is a bass tournament, but make no mistake, the best part of this event is this candlelight prayer circle right here. It's my favorite part of the event. So what that is, we have a table where we have pictures to honor those that have either have fought breast cancer, or they are survivors, or they are no longer with us. So Kate didn't realize when she showed up at the event last year that she was going to provide a level of support that's indescribable. We have a young, local young lady that was fighting for her life. And here comes Kate, 25-year breast cancer survivor that gave her the inspiration that she needed. Can y'all imagine being in your 20s fighting breast cancer? Any kind of cancer, really, but can you imagine? This event brings hope, remembrance, and community togetherness. Everybody knows Katie Lynn, right? So Katie commits to this event every year. as a Marine mom, I need the national anthem sang properly. She does that. She does that for us. That's important. We do not do this at the beginning of my event. I need this to be in the middle. So we don't, this is after weigh-in. You're not going to get your money until you hear the national anthem and celebrate with us in this candlelight and pray with us. You're going to have to wait for that. I'm very adamant about that. Sorry, back up. Now, this event, I wanted to bring it to Gun Barrel. I graduated Eustis High School in 1994. And this is where I grew up. And I have watched over the years the support that Gun Barrel City gives to events. I needed that too. I needed a big event. Go big or go home. So I brought it to Gun Barrel. Okay? I've got Katie Lynn. Yes, it's a bass tournament, but I'm telling you it's more than this. If you missed it last year, you missed out. So I'm hoping we'll see y'all this year, October 18th. Now, this attracts out-of-town visitors. We have anglers that, they travel from all over. We're offering something a little different this year. We're offering registration on Friday. We will be set up at the pavilion to offer, pre-registration. If you pre-register, you don't have to check in that morning. I don't know what it is about a $25 late fee that these anglers don't like. They will come on Friday. So what that means for the city is this. It's going to be in the evening. They're going to come hungry, okay? They're going to need some place to sleep. They have to get up early. So this is going to end up being kind of a 2-day, they're coming a day early, okay? And I talk a lot, so the event's going to drag on just a little bit. And so they're going to be hungry when they leave, so there's more money that's going to be spent here in the city. We had a huge donation last year from the EDC. Now, all the funds raised, that goes to support those in active treatment. We have sponsors that cover the prize money. You can't have the event without, you have to give out prizes. Y'all have to understand that. So that we've got to offer a little something, but we have sponsors that cover that. So it's important to note that the funds raised goes to support those in active treatment, okay? Now, I'm kind of new to this, and I've always been encouraged to request the hot funds. So here I am requesting hot funds, so y'all have to be patient with me. I put this together with very little guidance. Okay, you go to the next slide, sorry. Okay, the economic impact. This is estimated. There's no way to predict exactly. Just based on previous years, about 150 local visitors, okay? I'm estimating about 62 out-of-town visitors, and that's where the lodging, fuel, retail is going to come in. They'll have to go down to Walmart. Everybody always needs something from Walmart. And the $10,567 is the projected total direct impact for the city. Next. Okay, so this is me ugly crying. I went ahead and just put this picture up there because this is more than a fishing tournament. This is about community togetherness. And this brings hope and strength to those. If there are any survivors or those that have been newly diagnosed, I would like, and they need support, I need them to reach out to me. My number is on the flyer. You can find me pretty easily, but we want to help those in the community. It's a national organization, nonprofit organization, but this is my home, and I'm loud, and I talk about this organization a lot. It's hard to have a conversation with me without either talking about my kids, my grandkids, or pink fishing, okay? So I want to help. I just want to be a small part and help those in need. So I'd like to go over a little something extra. If those of you that are curious on how many local residents that Pink Fishing Incorporated has supported. I have that for you. Pink Fishing Incorporated has been blessed to be a part of assisting those in need in Henderson County, Texas. It goes beyond that, but I'm going to focus on Henderson County right now. Athens, one adult woman to include diagnostic funding for mammogram negotiated to $350, sonogram negotiated to $40, and a comfort care package of $150. Brownsboro, one adult woman to include $200 gift card and a $50 comfort box. Eustis, 2 adult women to include a $200 gift card and $50 comfort box for each of them. Gun Barrel City, 1 adult woman to include a $200 gift card and $50 comfort box. Maybank, 1 adult elderly woman on a fixed income to include a $200 gift card, $50 comfort box, and later reached back out to Pink Fishing to help with past due medical bills, which we were able to negotiate down and pay the balance of $1,434.50. Trinidad, 1 adult woman to include a $200 gift card and a $50 comfort box. Additionally, Pink Fishing Incorporated provided those comfort boxes for 1 Maybank adult woman, 3 adult women in Athens. And last year, Pink Fishing coordinated the UT Health East Texas mobile mammography unit to set up at Walmart for an event to provide mammogram screenings. The screenings were covered for a woman from Murchison and a woman from Athens. The goal is to coordinate setting up that mobile unit in Maybank, in Gun Barrel City, you know, all over Henderson County. Women put themselves on the back burner. If you bring it to them, companies need to bring this to their employees. I coordinated this. I work at Biomerics, and I coordinated this to come to work. Bring it to them, and they could take 15 minutes out and go get themselves checked out. It's not just about fundraising. We promote education and encouragement. So talk about encouragement. I worked here at Walmart in Gun Barrel City. I transferred to Athens. When I was working in Athens at the Walmart, this little lady right here, is it okay if I ask her to come up? Do I have permission for her to come up or stand up? Can she stand? You can stand.
Yeah.
This is Debbie Bell. Debbie Bell is Pink Fishing Incorporated's very first recipient. So for a national organization, their very first recipient is a local resident. Local to the lake area is a local resident. She's always going to be special to us. I had to really encourage her to go get checked out. But aside from the funding to support her, you know, working for a nonprofit, we don't get a paycheck. That's our paycheck. Those women that need help, and men too. Ben, we recently negotiated, so a screening would be different for a man. Did y'all know that men can get breast cancer? Okay, it's a little differently, and it's very, very costly. We were able to negotiate, and I don't have the numbers with me. It was a very large amount that was like $6,000. We were able to negotiate it down to, you know, about, you know, 2. It's very costly for men to go through this treatment too, and we don't discriminate. We're here to help men, women, you know, provide that support. Do y'all have any questions for me?
Questions for Missy?
Do you happen to have your numbers from last year at how much you raised?
The event itself raised $16,800, almost $17,000. Now that does exclude grants from Walmart that you apply separately for. I'm just talking about the event itself. But if we combine all the, you know, the grants donations, everything all together, it was almost $24,000.
Any questions further? Thank you so much. Do I have a motion?
I move that we spend up to $2,435 from the hotel motel funds for the pink fishing reeling in the Cure Bass Tournament.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second it. Edwards, second.
Have a motion and a second. If no further discussion, vote from my left, please.
Burns, yes.
Jacobs, yes.
Edwards, yes.
Motion passes. 7G, consider and take action to adopt policies and procedures for the community center. Our sponsor on this will be our city manager, Dr. Smith.
Mayor and council, these are the policies we discussed at our last work session. They were attached to your packet as a draft. They're a draft until they get approved. I did talk to the city attorney, and this was the best way to do that since we're currently updating all of our ordinances. Instead of write another ordinance to approve it in this policy format, policy and procedure format. The only amendment between the last meeting and this meeting, as you know, we all toured the community center, and we had discussed having a $300 per room deposit. And then when we got down there and we really saw the measurements and got the capacities, and we went back to the $150. There aren't a lot of fees outlined in this for renting the gym specifically as an event space. They are still in the process of putting all that together. I need to see the floor. I need to see, Brooke has done quite a bit of research, but I want to make sure that we know exactly what we're getting into before we add that, and we can come back and add that once the building is open and we see how often the gym is used. It is hard to close the gym for an event and it not be open to your membership. So we need to take a little deeper dive into the gymnasium space itself before we start renting it for parties, if you will. So the policies and procedures have been updated, and we'll be ready to go when we can open the doors.
Questions for staff? Do I have a motion?
I move that we take action and adopt the Gun Barrel City Community Center operational policies.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I second.
I have a motion and a second. If no further discussion, vote from my right, please.
Edwards, yes.
Jacobs, yes.
Burns, yes.
Motion passes. 8, budget. Due to the fact that we are missing 2 members of the council, we will be unable to go through any of these. Will unfortunately be tabled at this point in time, 8A, 8B, 8C, and 8D, to a further date to be determined. So we may continue a special meeting on the budget items. Number 9.
We need to make a motion to table that.
Do I have a motion to table?
I make a motion that we table the budget 8A, 8B, 8C, and 8D, including the tax. So I guess whenever we can get a special meeting.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Jacobs, second.
A motion and a second. Do I have a vote from my left, please?
Burns, yes.
Jacobs, yes.
Edwards, yes.
Motion passes. Economic Development, we have 1 citizen's comments. This gentleman wanted to speak on the EDC matters. Roy Key.
Getting old's not good. I'm Roy Key. I live at 312 Canoe Court here in Gun Barrel City, Texas. I'm also the president of the EDC. I'm here to talk to you a bit about what we've done so far and what we've got coming toward us. And we're just so excited about how the city's beginning to grow and come together. We have a brand new executive director. Charles, you stand up. I butcher his last name, so it's Charles Haupt. There you go. Well, thank you for being here with us. Yes, sir. God bless you.
I'm glad to be here.
And I wanted to talk to you a bit about, please look at what's being presented for you tonight for the EDC. EDC's been very well involved in helping the city council develop and put the community center in place. We're very happy about that. We're very excited that it's coming down. And we ask that you approve the budgets that we've put before you and approve the items that are coming before you tonight. I turn it over now to Charles Howell.
Yeah. 9A will be a second reading of resolution number R-2025007, approving a performance agreement by and between the Gun Barrel City Economic Development Corporation and D&D Main Street Bar and Grill, LLC, for the installation of a new digital sign not to exceed $8,000. I will now read into the record resolution number R-2025-007, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Gun Barrel City, Texas, approving a performance agreement by and between the Gun Barrel City Economic Development Corporation and D&D Main Street Bar and Grill, LLC, a Texas corporation authorized pursuant to Sections 501, 103, and 505, 158 of the Texas Local Government Code, and providing for an immediate effective date. Our sponsor on this will be our EDC Director, Charles Haupt.
Well, is it? No. Again, my name's Charles Haupt, Mayor and Council. I'm glad to be here. I've been on the job about 3 weeks, and this is one of those projects that has overlapped the time before I came till now. So Dr. Smith sort of threw this in the lap and said, go get him. Go get him, big guy. So here I am. You've seen this a couple of times now. D&D Bar and Grill is spending $22,926 on a new digital sign, and they were asking for, and it's been approved by the EDC board. The performance agreement is in your packet for a reimbursement grant of $8,000. And I think I can answer any questions. I might be able to answer questions. I might need some help with that. So.
Questions for staff? Thank you. 9C.
We need a,
Read it to the first.
Oh, I'm sorry.
that was just the second reading. I'm sorry, Mayor, that was the second reading. Janet switched screens on me. I was like, wait.
Are you ready for me now? Consider and take action to adopt resolution number R-2025-007, approving a performance agreement by and between the Gun Barrel City Economic Development Corporation, D&D Main Street Bar and Grill, LLC, for the installation of a new digital sign not to exceed $8,000. Do I have a motion?
I move that we adopt resolution number R-2025-007, approving a performance agreement by and between the Gun Barrel City Economic Development Corporation and D&D Main Street Bar and Grill, LLC, for the installation of a new digital sign not to exceed $8,000.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Jacobs.
Edwards, second. Go ahead.
I have a motion and a second. If no further discussion, I have a vote from my right, please.
Edwards, yes.
Jacobs, yes.
Burns, yes.
Motion passes. Moving on, 9C, consider and take action on a request for a donation to Pink Fishing, Inc. for advertising in the amount not to exceed $4,000. Our sponsor on this, again, will be our EDC Director, Charles Haupt.
So, Mayor and Council, the EDC board took this up at the September meeting. Obviously, it was a great event last year, compelling presentation. However, we have to, as an EDC, look at these things from do they promote new and expanded business activities in Gun Barrel City? The board, after some deliberation, we agreed, or they agreed, I should say, to purchase an advertising package for this event. It was in your packet, I believe, in the beginning of the other presentation. I have to put my glasses on. This is brand new for me, so my mechanics on the readers are a little off. But this advertising package for $4,000 gets us an event banner display, a prominent logo placement on all the printed materials, social media promotion, website promotion, the rotating booth screen, our logo will be on that, recognition from the stage, recognition on site, a photo op, which I think you saw in the presentation from last year, and then booth space, should the board choose to work that. And we're working on that right now. So pretty attractive package for us to get the word out about Gun Barrel City if we work this crowd at the event, and the board agreed to spend $4,000 for that package.
Questions for Mr. Alk? If none, do I have a motion?
I move that we approve a donation to Pink Fishing Incorporated for advertising in an amount not to exceed $4,000.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Edwards, second.
I have a motion and a second. No further discussion. The vote from my left, please.
Burns, yes.
Jacobs, yes.
Edwards, yes.
Motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Alk.
Thank you.
Planning and Zoning, 10A, consider and take action to approve the 2025 Planning and Zoning Commission rules and procedures. Our sponsor on this agenda item will be Dr. Smith, our city manager.
So over the last several months, sorry, allergies, the Planning and Zoning Commission had some existing rules or procedures that didn't necessarily line up with our charter and our ordinances. So they formed a subcommittee. The outgoing Planning and Zoning chair is here. I texted her to be sure if y'all had questions, she could speak on those. She obviously hasn't read that text message. But it's all very simple things to bring it back in line with the charter and the ordinances and the actions and the order of the actions they take. Things like realigning when you recuse yourself, when you abstain, what that looks like. Things like that. So it is included in your packet, the full, I believe even the red line version. They worked on this for several months. They took it to the Planning and Zoning Commission as a whole. They made some recommendations and some discussions, and then they approved that at their last meeting, therefore sending it forth to City Council.
Questions for staff? If none, do I have a motion?
I move that we approve the 2025 Planning and Zoning Commission rules and procedures.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Burns, second.
I have a motion and a second. If no further discussion, we'll take a vote from my right, please.
Edwards, yes.
Jacobs, yes.
Burns, yes.
Motion passes. 11, board appointments. 11A, consider and take action to make appointments to the Park Board. Sponsor on this will be our city manager, Dr. Smith.
Janet, can you please go to the next slide? So the Parks and Rec Board currently has 4 vacancies. We received 4 applications. Monica Damiano has withdrawn her application for the board. So we have 3 2025 vacancies that became vacant in 2025, and then we have 1 in 2026. At the last meeting, when we did the interviews, we discussed these as well, and the council consensus was to reappoint Gilbert Shelby, appoint Linda Tracy, and appoint Laura Young. Council can do this in one motion. It would help us if you listed their names in your motion as appointees. You can appoint them to 2025, 2026, or we can, in this case, we have 3 2025, and we will continue to advertise for additional applications.
Why is Linda Tracy not on this side?
If you remember, Linda Tracy did not apply for that, but in the interviews agreed because we had some additional vacancies that she was happy to serve. She's in the audience, happy to serve on any board that we wanted to place her on.
Thank you.
Questions for staff? If none, do I have a motion?
I move that we put Gilbert Shelby, Linda Tracy, and Laura Young on the Parks and Recs Board.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Jacobs, second.
I have a motion and a second. No further discussion. Vote from my left, please.
Burns, yes.
Jacobs, yes.
Edwards, yes.
Motion passes. 11B, consider and take action to make appointments to the Board of Adjustments. Again, our sponsor on this will be our city manager, Dr. Smith.
This board does currently have one alternate position and 2 vacant positions. We will continue to advertise for folks to fill these seats. This board must have 4 in attendance at a meeting to hear any case that comes before it. Linda Tracy was your only applicant, and that was the consensus at the last meeting to appoint Linda Tracy.
Do I have a motion?
I move that we appoint Linda Tracy to the Board of Adjustment.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Burns, second.
I have a motion and a second. If no further discussion, vote from my left, please.
Burns, yes.
Jacobs, yes.
Edwards, yes.
Motion passes. Welcome. 11C, consider and take action to make appointments to the Planning and Zoning Commission. Again, our sponsor on this will be our city manager, Dr. Smith.
Again, here we currently have 4 vacancies, city council and mayor. Rob Ray did submit his resignation in the last week, so that position is now vacant as well. To date, we've only received 2 applications. Charla Johnson has re-upped. She currently serves on that board. She was in a 1-year term. She has volunteered her services for either another 1 or 2-year term. And then the other application that we received was Joni Espinoza.
Questions for staff? Do I have a motion?
I move that we appoint Charlotte Johnson to the Planning and Zoning Commission.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Jacobs, second.
I have a motion and a second. If no further discussion, vote from my left, please.
Burns, yes.
Jacobs, yes.
Edwards, yes.
Motion passes. 11D, consider and take action to make appointments to the Economic Development Corporation Board of Directors. Again, our sponsor on this will be our city manager, Dr. Smith.
We currently have 3 vacancies. These will, they say 2025, they will going forward expire in 2027. So they expired in 2025. I've been struggling with that this whole presentation. I apologize. I'm trying to do math. But these will expire in 2027. Jerry Rodemaker, Keith Bond, James Slack, and Joni Espinoza applied. At the last meeting, the consensus was to reappoint Jerry Rodemaker and Keith Bond, and then add James Slack in the final vacant position.
Discussion? If none, I'll ask for a motion.
I move that we appoint Jerry Rodemaker, James Slack, and Keith Bond to the EDC.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Edwards, second.
I have a motion and a second. If no further discussion, we'll take a vote from my right, please.
Edwards, yes.
Jacobs, yes.
Burns, yes.
Motion passes.
Council, thank you. We'll continue to advertise for those vacant positions.
12, executive session. We will convene into executive session pursuant to Texas Local Government Code Sections 551087, deliberations regarding economic development negotiations, and 551074, personnel matters to deliberate the appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment, duties, discipline, or dismissal of the city manager. Let the record show that it is now 7:49, and we will exit into executive session.
want so many. I'm hungry now.
Stomach is growling.
Let's see, where are we at? Reconvene. He does the first reading. So where do I say it at?
Let the record show that we are reconvening back into session at 8:37. There is no action taken on the Dr. Smith was just that was an evaluation. I will now read the first reading of resolution number R-2025-008, approving a potential performance agreement by and between the Gun Barrel City Economic Development Corporation and a regionally known restaurant. Resolution number R-2025-008, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Gun Barrel City, Texas, approving a potential performance agreement by and between the Gun Barrel City Economic Development Corporation and a regionally known restaurant, authorized pursuant to sections 501.103 and 505.158 of the Texas Local Government Code, and providing for an immediate effective date. If we have no further discussion by anyone, this meeting is adjourned.